Hey guys, listen up.
This is the SEC Insider Hit, powered by Miss Kelly Furniture, Mississippi's number one sleep store.
Good morning. Welcome in. What's up? I'm not going to dinner for Valentine's Day. That was funny.
That's disappointing.
You going to do that?
No, of course not. The amount of Valentine's days that I've worked in a
Right.
restaurant, I would not dare that and Mother's Day. Get any restaurant on Mother's Day away from me.
I'm not doing that either.
Oh, but you told me you love lines. You love waiting.
Oh, yeah, and being around a bunch of people.
Yeah, Mr. Bounds, that'll be 45 minutes. Oh, perfect.
I don't wait 40.
You won't ever see him again.
No.
You won't see that guy in your establishment.
That's awesome, though. So I was in the restaurant industry, both, bartender and manager, and I'm not doing that. That was many, 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 many moons ago.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think people understand that that's like Valentine's Day is like make your own menu day, because people who don't normally go out to eat will go to a restaurant and they're like, well, I don't want this, but I want to substitute that. And then, can I get that on the side? And can I get,
Again. Yeah. Right. It's the crew that goes out to dinner every 4 months.
Yeah. Medium well, bone-in ribeye.
You dang right.
Yeah,
cook that thing till it's just, woo.
Yeah. I want it burnt.
Yeah.
I want $100 steak fried.
Yes, you do. Put a bunch of whatever sauce you have back. Ranch. Just put everything on.
Heinz 57.
Heinz 50.
Give me some.
Well, you got to have a triple helping of Heinz 57.
Now we're talking. Or ketchup. Ketchup's the best. Whenever somebody's like, ooh, look at this yummy steak.
How much is that ribeye? $85. Can I have some ketchup?
Here's the check, sir. Get out.
Oh, man. Quadruple order of white Zinfandel.
Oh,
Good morning.
yeah.
Welcome in. We are the Out of Bounds Show. We're driven by your next Ford F-150 truck at Mack Hike Ford, I-55 North in Jackson. Mack Hike Ford. Great selection of pre-owned and new Ford F-150 trucks. Go see the crew there and mention Out of Bounds sent you. Mack Hike Ford, I-55 North in Jackson. We were talking about, NIL yesterday, and Tennessee is suing the NCAA, the state of Tennessee. And then we also have mobile sports betting that looks to be going through, I don't know if it's going to get all the way through. But, we're going to monitor the whole mobile sports betting here in the state of Mississippi. I know the House took it up. It's advancing, but you don't know how it's going to go through, the Senate and so on. So we'll keep an eye on that. People have asked, hey, the Tennessee Volunteers, the NCAA decided to come in and try to penalize them on what they did through their NIL collective, right? And do I think that that's going to, do I think that Tennessee's going to be punished? By the way, Virginia joined in too, the state of Virginia. I expect many more states to join in. I don't expect Tennessee to get rung up, Jason, because players are getting paid. They're going to be employees. They have the basic fundamental right. They do. Just like I know people don't like it. They're okay with a 16 or 17-year-old making $10 an hour, but they don't or some people can find things to do $20, $30, $40, $50 an hour. It's out there. You got to figure. You and I made $100 an hour bartending. Well, you were more waiting,
right?
But that's what you do. Bartending was easy. You stood in one place and BS with people and gave them a drink. They paid you $100 an hour.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do I want to be up on a roof? Or
cleaning gutters?
Do I want to be cleaning gutters, or do I want to be in this restaurant with good-looking people coming through and they give me cash? Okay, I'm not that smart, but okay. Got it. So the bottom line is the state of Tennessee has said, no, we'll sue the NCAA, the state of Virginia, and I expect many more to follow suit. And what happened in West Virginia last year. And so as this crescendo builds, as this the NCAA is not going to win, and I don't think anything's going to happen to Tennessee.
Do you think this is the start?
They're
of
going to lawyer up.
Oh, well, yeah.
I'm sorry, they've already lawyered up.
Right.
And their chancellor basically said blank off. And academics don't always do that.
Wow.
Because they're a member, too.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how that's going to look in court. You're a voluntary member of this organization. But when it comes to employees and labor, people have been fighting not to pay people, which is unfortunate, for a long time.
Of course.
And this is it's not going to float. It's not going to float.
Is this the start of like a nuclear blast for the NCAA? Like
it already started.
Do you think how long do you think before it's all burnt to the ground and they restart like the NIL structure and transfers?
That's a good question. When do we get a new organization that looks different? When do we get a college football commissioner and then a commissioner on all the other sports?
That would take them admitting that they're wrong, though.
Well, the court's going to tell them.
Yeah.
They may not want to, whatever. And it's the school's fault, too. Mississippi State, Ole Miss, Tennessee, Georgia, Michigan, Michigan State, Oklahoma State, Jason. The schools are part of the NCAA. So there's fault everywhere. Nobody really wanted to move on it. This thing's been coming for 15 years. Now here we are. And I don't expect Tennessee to get in trouble.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I'm just ready for it to, like I said, all burn to the ground and start something new, because it's a different news story between a school fighting the NCAA or players fighting for eligibility, and one player gets granted, the other doesn't. Makes no sense.
Fair enough.
I mean, there's no continuity.
Well, you're right. No, there is no. The parameters have yet to be set, and it is still kind of the wild, wild west. But I don't expect the Tennessee Volunteers to get in trouble. They're still on probation from the Jeremy Pruitt stuff. They got themselves on probation. It's rare that businesses do this, okay, or organizations, whatever you want to say. I don't care if it's .org or for profit.
Yeah.
But basically, Tennessee put themselves on probation so that they could fire Jeremy Pruitt with cause.
That's chess.
Only in collegiate athletics.
That's chess right there.
Right?
Yeah.
Hey, here's what we're going to do. Let's go find a bunch of stuff that we did illegal. This is pre-NIL, by the way, Jason.
Right.
This is when we actually thought that, some people could get caught for under the table money, right? And so they trumped up all these charges on Jeremy. They just threw him out in the damn dumpster.
Oh,
the guy's a heck of a defensive coordinator. The one thing that Bartu said, he's an A-level coordinator. I don't know if he'll ever get a good gig again.
That's pretty sad.
Yeah, no,
honestly,
because they weren't the only ones.
But yeah, I mean, they're like, Tennessee's not going to let the ship go down. So
he was recruiting the same way at Alabama when he was DC, the same way at Georgia when he was DC, and the same way at Florida State when he was DC, as he was recruiting as the head coach at Tennessee. I mean, we do all get that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure.
I mean, it's like one criminal calling another a crook. Like, everybody does that. Or everybody before NIL was already doing that.
Right.
It's just the fall guy. And that's
it's like Republicans and Democrats at the federal level calling each other crooks.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. He's insider trading. Oh, wait, how are you the number one trader in the world?
Right. Right. Out of bounds, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. I want to let you know we are excited, Jason, to welcome in the Keg House in Ridgeland. And it's going to be a lot of fun working with them. The Keg House in Ridgeland is right by Casadores. You know where that is, Jason?
Oh, yeah. One of my favorite places.
It's right kind of in the heart of Ridgeland, right off 51, the Keg House. It's a super cool place that Greg and them have put together. They have 41 beers on draft. 41.
What? What?
Yeah. They've got TVs everywhere. Best muffaletta outside of Louisiana. Do you like a muffaletta?
Yeah, I do.
There's a place in Metairie. When I'm going to New Orleans, I told you, in a couple of weeks. There's a place in Metairie. I can't remember the exit, but I'll find it. And you got to take the exit, take a right, take a left, and it looks like a place that sells stolen hubcaps.
Oh,
And
perfect.
it is phenomenal as far as their sandwiches and muffalettas. But the Keg House has a great muffaletta. Gumbo. You like gumbo?
Ooh, stop it. Of
Okay.
course I like gumbo.
Boudin?
Yep.
I do too.
Check.
Beer brats?
Check.
Okay. And live music
Come on.
and sports bar, TVs, and golden tea. All at the Keg House in Ridgeland. So it sounds like we all need to meet there at 4 o'clock this afternoon.
Yeah, happy hour.
Yeah.
I mean, go ahead, get off work, talk some smack about your boss, and go drink a beer.
Right. I mean, who works past 3 o'clock on Thursday anyway?
Nobody. If they say they do, they lie.
Exactly. So the Keg House, welcome them in. Barley's beer store, beer barn up there. You've been. When I mentioned it, I've been several. We did a remote there a couple of years ago.
Really?
We did a remote at Barley's and had all these beer reps in. We were trying all these beers. It was great. And I think Greg served us nachos or something. It was insanity, but great. Yeah. Barley's is up closer to you,
Yeah. Yeah.
coming out of Madison into the Gluckstadt area.
Now, I like it there. Also, people don't really think about getting a keg for a party anymore.
A raging kegger.
Like, that's
We threw
classic.
a bunch of those. We lived in Little London 69, so we called it Club 69.
Oh, that's very college of you.
Thank you.
But where is Little London 69? Where is that in Starkville?
Where is it? Do you know where the veranda Now Taste is?
Yes. Yeah.
It's right across the street.
Okay.
You could put a golf ball down and grab a wedge and hit it.
Gotcha. Could you do a keg stand now?
No, I was
Oh.
never I've done one, and once I did one, I realized that I could retire.
Yeah.
And I was a sipper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like to make it through the party. You know, some guys would drop out. I wasn't a dropout guy. I like to make it all the way through, and then more fun stuff happened after the party.
Yeah.
I wanted to be in the right, mental mindset for all that.
Come on, the keg stand.
There were plenty of sloppy drunks.
Oh,
Still are after
yes.
post-college.
Yes.
I chose not to be part of that path or route at an early age.
Well, Bo, the keg stand is just the appetizer. Like, what are you talking about? That's the way that you get things rolling.
Okay. Yeah,
You
I'm
know?
not against that guy. The more guys that fall out, the less you have to worry about as the clock, strikes midnight and 1 a.m.
Yeah, you steal his phone, call him an Uber, and just sit him on the curb.
Well, I wish, man, y'all had it made. I wish so bad I would have grown up with Uber. That'd have been incredible.
Yeah, it's been
I had
pretty
to
nice.
walk home one night from the Cotton District Grill to Little London. Do you know how not awesome that is?
How far is that?
It's feels like 97 miles
Ugh.
through the jungle and over mountains. It was crazy.
Is
Yeah.
that past, like, from the Cotton District? Is that like past the cemetery, or is that the other way? Or am I?
Well, you could go that way, yeah.
Okay.
If you wanted to. You wanted to kind of take the scenic route?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've taken that walk a few times when my buddies lived at Glen Hollow, and
I know where that is.
and
That's
Stark-
a lot closer.
Yeah.
That's right by the disc. That's right by Two Brothers
Right.
in the bin and all that. You're good. That's just a little stroll.
Really, because it feels like 1,000 miles at midnight or
Well,
12:30.
It's all in whatever frame of mind you're in.
Good
Yeah,
point. Good
yeah.
point.
I mean, at 1 o'clock in the morning, it could have felt longer. It's not but a couple of football fields. So.
Yeah, that's a good point.
All right. Where was I going with that? Oh, Barley's Beer Barn in Madison. So shout out to them too. But the Keg House is a great place to go. Muffaletta Gumbo. It's on Highway 51 in Ridgeland. We're excited to have them on. We're going to do some get-togethers in the afternoon there. Great place to watch college basketball Saturday. Ole Miss and Auburn in the Pavilion. And then Mississippi State at Bama. That I don't think that's going to line up. State's got to get to next Wednesday where they get a couple of home games. Then Ole Miss goes on the road for a couple of road games. Jason's very excited about at South Carolina and at Kentucky.
Win. We're gonna
Dub.
we're gonna make it what? Oh yeah, that's gonna be 6 straight. Cool.
6 straight.
Hey, you can win at Rupp Arena. Check last night.
There you
saw-
go.
I mean,
Bartu was
Florida-
texting me on the bet.
Florida beat Kentucky.
Hey, that's a big win.
that is.
That's a big win for Florida. Mississippi State had to go down there and play. That wasn't awesome.
Mhm.
And they've got some dudes, and credit to them. It's not easy going to Rupp and winning.
Oh, Not at all.
Great place to go. My gosh. Oh, I got to go to Lexington again soon. We got to get these road trips rolling.
Man, you just had bourbon trip after bourbon trip.
What?
Take it off. I'll take it from here. I got this. You deserve to relax. I'll go taste the bourbon in Lexington.
No, I got to go back
out.
to Tony's.
No, you got to go to Chili's.
I got to go to Frank and Dino's.
No.
I swear, does that sound like a mob place or what?
It does.
I love it. I can't wait, man. Those are my people up there. I can't wait to go back to Wild Turkey. We're going to get a Russell's Reserve barrel and a Wilderness Trail barrel, and it's going to be epic. And I'm going to tell you all about it and rub it in. Is that okay?
Yeah, I figured as much.
I should probably take you, but I never took Blake. It just didn't line up. You want to go over the scores real quick from last night's game? All right.
Yeah.
Florida and Kentucky, 94-91. Congratulations to the Gators. They're trending towards an NCAA tournament team. Watch out. Auburn over Vandy. How about that?
Yeah, I figured that was coming.
How about cover?
Yeah,
they did.
Real.
They did. Bar 2 called that. Bama, Georgia. That's a big road win. They're terrible on the road. And they went to Georgia and won. Jason?
They won pretty well, too, 85-76.
Yeah. And then Arkansas over Missouri. Bar 2 was wrong on that one.
They scored.
Well, who saw Arkansas? Well, you just nailed it. Who saw Arkansas scoring over 75 points? You and I did not.
No.
And scoring 91. And who had them going on the road and doing what they did? So it is a crazy league. And I guess teams can get a little bit better. We'll see. Our two teams, Mississippi State and Ole Miss, get an extra day off. They played in Oxford Tuesday at the Pavilion. Ole Miss won, but you get 3 days before you play Saturday. And so Ole Miss will host Auburn. Bartu likes Ole Miss in the game.
Ooh.
He does.
Come on, Rebs. Come on.
And then Mississippi State at Bama. And Bama, according to Bartu, is like 3 times better at home. So that'll make you feel real good. They already beat you. Now, you didn't play well at all, but they already beat you at the hump. You got to get to these games coming up next week, some home games. And I think that you can there's several more wins in front of you. We made some calls yesterday. Tolu's fine. He's just got to play better, and we'll see how that looks. But he has got to play better. Now, Keyshawn Murphy, I don't know if he and Jans can love and hug and make up. But the other night, to say that you needed a player like that is an understatement. He was hurt forever, like Tolu, came back for 2 games. And then there was a disagreement. How about that? And he is athletic, highly recruited out of Birmingham. You had to fight some good programs for him, and yet you're not getting any juice or ROI from him. So, and he's a kid that can move around and can also face up to the basket as a big man and hit the 15-footer. See, that's not Tolu's game. Tolu's back to the basket. I'm going to make a move, and then I'm going to go to the rim or to the glass, right, Jason?
Yeah.
So Keyshawn is more of a face-up. I can move around a little bit within the 15 feet and in, and I can score. And he can also put it on the floor a little bit. So they're I don't know if they're going to reconnect or figure it out. And maybe it's just Jans can't do it. Sometimes coach, and maybe it's warranted, but I'd figure out a way. It could be the difference in you going to the NCAA tournament and not.
I was wondering this. I wanted to ask you, is Deshaun Davis coming off the bench, is that a better move? Because he scored 15 and 16 minutes against Ole Miss. Is that a fluke? Is it like a better game plan?
I don't expect Davis and Caldwell to score at that level off the bench, Jason. Caldwell's a better player than Davis. I think I told you what I thought Davis was, a limited Power 5 player. I wish I was a limited D3 player.
Yeah.
But I have to call it like I see it. He's more G5 than P5. So, nobody was guarding anybody during that stretch the other night. I'm not going to make that as that's what's going to happen the next 6 weeks of the season. Right. They both decided not to defend.
Yeah, what was that?
And so I don't think that Jans and Beard, although Beard loved the outcome, I don't think that's who you are. I don't think that's what wins necessarily in the league, Jason, is all that back and forth and nobody covering anybody. And so for about a 6-minute stretch there, nobody guarded anybody. But I told you, when the score goes over 72 points, the overwhelming majority of the time, Mississippi State's not going to win. So as soon as that number hit, I was like, "Is it this ball game?" I mean, you didn't feel good about it anyway, coming 5 minutes out of the second half. But they don't win 84-82 or 88. They do every now and then. Okay, so it can happen. But they're not a 91-87 team.
Yeah,
that's not how they're built. Your team may be built like that. I'll have to keep watching it, but that's not how Mississippi State. That 72 number is something I think you need to really keep an eye on going forward.
Well, I think
they like to win 72-67.
Yeah, but I also think that Mississippi State kind of tried to play Ole Miss's game because Ole Miss's defense is not great at all.
Ole Miss dictated. I mean, once it went back and forth, Ole Miss had more scores on the court, and I think I don't know if that's exactly what Beard wants, but again, he loved the outcome. So
yeah, you'll take that.
And when you're red hot from the 3-point line, it everything else that you're not doing well, it can overcompensate for you and mask your deficiencies.
Right.
When you drill 12 of 30 from the 3-point line, you can do a bunch of other stuff wrong and come out going, "Wow, we're good."
Yeah, that three going into halftime, that doesn't happen to us. We don't normally do that. That was hype.
Well, I'm going to be interested to see how you attack Auburn on Saturday.
Yeah.
With what they have more balance on the perimeter and low post than Mississippi State, even though MSU beat them.
Which, that's a huge win. I mean,
and that's another freshman too. Auburn has, a dude that handles the rock a lot, and he is very, very talented.
Could Hub
win?
He's
like Hub. He's not going to be great every possession compared to being a sophomore, junior, senior, but those two guys are very, very talented. Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think it's between them two for the SEC Freshman of the Year?
I'd have to look. I mean, Hub's been 3-time SEC Freshman of the Week. So, I mean, Hub's going to be right there. But I don't claim to know all the freshman phenoms as far as, in the league. All right, let's do we want to do this giveaway? I want to give this Wild Turkey tumbler away. It's really nice. And I want to do we've got the bar to do the big cubes, bar tray,
Oh, yeah.
The big rocks in your cocktail.
The Dwayne Johnson, The Rock.
The Rock. So we're going to give away this Wilderness Trail, not Wilderness Trail, that is our bourbon. Wild Turkey tumbler it's a big boy too. Really, really nice. We're going to tell you how you can enter to win on the other side, and we're going to put a couple of ice trays with the big rocks with it from Wild Turkey. So hang in there and hang out with us. It's Thursday. Jason's already checked out. We do want to ask you on the Ag Up Equipment text line, do you go out for Valentine's night? The text line is 601-885-3776. And how many sweet tea refills do you get? We'll be back in a second. We're live in the BankPlus Studio.